In this video, I tell the story of the life of a Lego knight, starting from his birth and ending with his death. Our story begins in a small town of the ancient kingdom of Kaldar. That night, in one of the houses, no one is sleeping. An old woman is helping a little child come into the world. A blacksmith and his wife have welcomed a son, and they named the boy Robert. I will build a room for him in the attic of the old forge. There will be a small bed for Robert, and instead of a baby mat on the floor, there will be a bare skin. On it, Robert will learn to take his first steps. Next to the rug, there is a chest of toys. It contains wooden soldiers, a toy ship, a rocking horse, and a horse head for hobby horsing. As soon as the little one learned to walk, he immediately started helping his parents with household chores. In the backyard of the forge, I will build several pens for livestock. A few pigs and a little piglet will live here. Next to it, I will build a feeder and a water trough. From the pigs, you can get leather for clothing and armor, as well as meat for food. Next, I will build another pen that will hold several sheep and lambs. The blacksmith will shear their wool for clothing. I will add a few goats to the sheep pen, and nearby, I will build a small apiary to get honey and make mead and wax for candles. On the other side of the building, there will be a garden where the blacksmith's family will grow vegetables, lots of carrots, and a small patch of pumpkins. Little Robert has grown up. Now he takes care of the animals and helps his parents in the garden. And if he starts misbehaving, his father punishes him right away. Sometimes Robert goes to the nearest market for groceries, and other times he helps his father in the workshop to learn the blacksmithing trade and become a new blacksmith when he grows up. But for now, he does light tasks. He sharpens weapons, cleans armor, and paints banners on the knight's shields. When the new tools are ready, Robert and his father head to the market to earn a little money. Here, Robert plays with his friends while his father talks to the merchants and customers. Hurry to check out the new Dragon's Eye Tavern in the old part of the castle. But there's never been a tavern there. I bought an absolutely brand new tavern and everything that comes with it for a steal. When the work at the market was done, the father went to the tavern, and Robert decided to attend the tournament. To hold tournaments in the city, I will build a special arena. I will put a small fence around it, and inside the arena, gladiators, captive slaves, and wild animals will fight. I will build stands for spectators around the arena, some benches for regular folks, and 2 large stands for the noble residents, and nearby, I will place guards to maintain order. And in the center, there will be the main stand where the lord of this city or the king sits when he visits with his family. Today, a royal tournament is taking place in this arena. Knights from various villages and towns are fighting for the right to join the royal guard. The king himself, along with his family, is present at this tournament. Robert saw a beautiful girl next to the king, and he was very taken with her. Then he decided that he would also train hard to become a great knight and perform a heroic feat for the princess. He carved his first shield and sword out of wood and practiced with his friends in his free time. But his father scolded him for it. He wanted Robert to become a blacksmith too and not live in fantasies. One day, when Robert was a little older, he was returning from a hunt with his friends. When he returned, he saw that his house had completely burned down and his entire family had been killed. A pack of orcs attacked the house. They took all the livestock in, stole the weapons and armor. Robert was absolutely enraged. He wanted to take revenge on the orcs, but he couldn't handle them alone. Left without a home, Robert buried his family and went to the local lord to enlist in his service and become a husker. First thing I'll do is build a training ground. I'll set up some dummies here so the knights can improve their fighting skills. To train the archers, I built several targets and set up barrels filled with a lot of arrows nearby. Here, I will build an obstacle course so Robert can improve his physical abilities and prepare for real combat. Nearby, there will be several racks with weapons and armor, and in this area, the knights will be able to practice jousting. After some time, following long and hard training, Robert was issued his weapons and armor. Now he currently serves in the watch at the old tower, where the brave knights have set up a temporary shelter to protect the city from new orc attacks. These valiant efforts are crucial. Listen, what is that sound? The watchman is blowing the horn. Orcs are attacking the settlement. The brave squad of knights immediately headed to the city. A fierce battle broke out in the streets. The orcs are setting everything ablaze in their path. Several orc archers climbed onto the roof of the building and opened fire on Robert and the other knights. What is that? Oh no, it's a huge wild troll. We need to retreat to the castle quickly. Robert and a few other remaining knights took positions on the castle wall. The archers prepared to fend off the orc attack. But the orcs brought tall ladders and are now climbing the walls. Robert heroically fends off the attack. Several of his friends have died in battle, but the orcs are almost defeated. Then Robert grabbed a long spear and jumped down onto the head of the huge troll. The enemy is defeated, and now we can celebrate the victory at the tavern down by the castle. The Lord learned of Robert's bravery and awarded him a new title. Robert became a sergeant and now commands his own squad of young knights. After a while, Robert received a new mission. He must escort the Lord to the royal castle so the Lord can deliver the recently collected taxes to the king. On the way to the capital, Robert's squad falls into an ambush. A group of bandits decided to kill the knights and steal the royal gold. After a fierce battle, the Lord and most of the knights were killed. But they managed to defeat the bandits, and they moved on to complete their mission. When the king learned of Robert's bravery, he told him that his daughter was in danger. An evil sorcerer had kidnapped her and locked her in his tall tower. And the tower itself is guarded by the citadel's guards. Robert gathered his remaining knights and set off for the dark tower. They fought the citadel's guards for a long time. When all the enemies were defeated, the evil sorcerer transformed into a huge dragon. He breathed fire at the knights, roasting them like chickens. But overcoming his fear, Robert drew his knight's sword, and while the dragon tried to eat his horse, he chopped off its head. The evil sorcerer was destroyed, and Robert entered the tower, defeating the remaining guards of the citadel, broke the chains, and rescued his princess. The king appointed Robert as the new lord of his hometown. He rebuilt his parents' house to be just like it was in his childhood. There he lived with the princess until old age, managing the household and raising their children. After Robert's death, he was buried next to his parents.